So today I'll be talking about how as a footballer you need to get out of the habit of waiting for the perfect moment to do something, you understand? And what I mean by waiting for the perfect moment to do something, this could be related to, you know, trying to start a new habit such as cleaning up your diet or starting to do individual training sessions. This could be waiting for the perfect moment in a match. Like there might be certain situations in a match where you don't really want to do a certain action because it's not the right time, it's too early in the game. Like for example, your first touch of the game could literally be you having a shot at the edge of the box. The ball might just fall to you. It could be your first touch of the whole game, but and you literally have a clear opportunity to literally just take a touch and shoot on the edge of the box, but because it's too early in the game, you haven't got your touches in, you decide to take a touch and play it sideways, where you could have literally had that opportunity to put your team 1-0 up, you understand? So literally little things like this is why, in my opinion, you need to get out of the habit of just waiting for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment is never gonna come. Like this could literally be as well waiting for the perfect moment to join a new team or join a certain team that you've been wanting to join for a very, very long time, but for some reason you don't feel you're ready, you don't feel comfortable, you're having doubts about yourself, you're feeling nervous, you're thinking to yourself, maybe I'm not good enough for this team yet, maybe I need to do another 2 months of training before I actually call the coach and ask if I can come to a training session, maybe I need to do, maybe it's a week, maybe you keep telling yourself, I'll call the coach to try go to a training session next week. Then next week comes and you say, I'm not ready yet. And then the following week comes and then it just keeps going like that. You keep telling yourself next week. And let's say you started having this mentality in January. Let's say it's January, it's mid-season, you don't have a team right now, and you're planning on calling coaches, come train with the team middle of the season, so then hopefully once it gets to like pre-season, they already know you, they're already familiar with you, and then you have more of a chance of enjoying the team for the next season in pre-season, for the next season in September that year. But the weeks keep going by, it's January, then it gets to February, then it's March, and you're still saying to yourself, I'm nervous, I don't know if I'm good enough to join this team. Then it's April, then it's May, then the season ends, and then when it gets to let's say it gets to April, you tell yourself, alright, cool, after the season, I'll call the coach, I'll call him, and I'll say, alright, cool, I want to join the team, can I come to a training session so you can see what I can do? But then the season ends, you make another excuse, and then as soon as you know it, it's July, and then as soon as you know it's July, then you try calling the coach in July, and what does he tell you? He tells you, sorry mate, we've already decided our full squad for this season. Now you're just there thinking about all the months you just wasted, all that time, all the months you just wasted, where you literally could have gone in January mid-season. You could have just called up a coach, and you could have been training for all those months. That coach could have seen you for 7 whole months. You could have built a relationship with the players there for 7 whole months to, increase your chances substantially on joining that team. But unfortunately, you tried waiting for the perfect moment. You told yourself, when I'm ready, because you thought this perfect moment will come where the universe will just give you a signal, the universe will just give you a sign and be like, yo, it's your time now, now is the time to go. But honestly, it doesn't really work like that. Even when it comes to habits, starting to, as a player, let's say you're starting to go in, do your individual training sessions, there's never going to be a day where everything aligns perfectly. There's never going to be a day where, well, there might be a day actually, but in my opinion, from my experience, when I try to do consistent habits, I remember the first day I actually do the consistent habit, it's never like the perfect day to do it. It's never like, let's say training, for example, it's never, it's 25 degrees outside, it's sunny, I go to the AstroTurf, the pitch is free. Like, it's never those type of days. Or even if you go to the gym, it's never a day where it's like, you wake up, it's a Saturday, you're feeling motivated, you end up going to the gym is free, none of the weights or none of the machines are taken up. It's never a day like that for me. In my opinion, it's always a day where it's like, I just tell myself, alright, I might as well just go today. I'll just look around, I'll be like, alright, cool, it's not the perfect moment, but let me just go, let me just do something. And then you get there, you have a few, let's say it's the training pitch. You get to the training pitch, you have a few thoughts in your mind, you're thinking, do I really want to do this? I don't know if I want to do this. But then eventually you get into the swing of things, and you actually look around and you're like, yo, training is actually kind of fun, like, you know, training, working on my game. It's actually kind of fun, you know. You feel good because you're doing something productive, you're doing something to help your game. Same as the gym. Even if you go into the gym for the first time, let's say you don't even want to do weights as a footballer, because I know a lot of young footballers, me included, for some reason, a lot of young footballers, they don't want to do, you know, weight training because they think it'll slow. They think the weights will slow them down, which is a myth, but that's for another video. But I remember when I was young, I used to think, oh, weights will slow you down, blah blah blah. So first time I went into the gym, I literally just got on the treadmill, got on the bike, got on the elliptical as well. I just did cardio for like, what was it, half an hour, 40 minutes. And even though, you know, it's not the perfect workout routine, it's not the perfect workout routine. Even the first time I went to go train by myself, work on my technicals, it wasn't the perfect training plan whatsoever. But yo, it's a start, and that's one thing you need to understand. It's a start, because a lot of people, they have perfectionist issues where they won't start anything until they have like the perfect plan. You understand? Until they have like the perfect plan in place. So what a lot of players will do, they'll say to me, oh yeah, I want to do individual training, but I don't have the perfect like training routine. I don't know what drills to do. I don't know what drills to do. I don't know how to structure the drills. I don't know if I should do shooting on Wednesday, dribbling on Thursday, passing on Saturday. And I'm like, bro, you've never even trained in your life. Literally, progress for you will literally just be to go into your back garden and just do wall passes for 20 minutes. Like I said, it's not the perfect routine, but you have to start somewhere, because like I said, you're never gonna find the perfect routine before you've even tried anything. Because the perfect routine, you can have good routines, but the perfect routine, it doesn't exist. You're gonna have to figure it out as you go along. You understand? That's just the whole thing. That's just everything in life basically. You're never gonna find the perfect what works for you unless you actually start. And when you start, it's not gonna be perfect. You understand? Even with this, like starting a YouTube channel, it's never gonna be perfect first time. You're never gonna, you know, have know what camera to get, know what equipment to get, know what to talk about, know the ins and outs of uploading a video, but you just figure it out as you go. Imagine I just didn't make videos simply because, oh, I don't know what camera to buy, oh, I don't know what lighting to get, I don't know how to do this, I need to learn first how to upload videos, I need to learn first how to edit, how to do this, how to do that. Bro, in my opinion, I just had the mentality of like, yo, just get your phone and just start recording. Just start recording and then figure it out as you go along. And that's the sort of mentality you have to have. Literally just figure it out as you go along. So if you're currently right now procrastinating on, you know, training, or even going to the gym because, you know, you don't know the perfect routine, you keep telling yourself, oh, I'm watching YouTube videos so I can get ideas, so I can get inspiration, but really you're just procrastinating. Literally the perfect way to get like the perfect workout routine, let's say the perfect strength workout routine in the gym for you to get stronger, more explosive, you're only going to figure out once you actually start going. Because once you start going, you're going to figure out, okay, I like this exercise. When I do this exercise, I don't really see results. But when I do this exercise, it's like, yo, I get serious results. Like when I do, let's just say when I do back squats, I can feel my legs getting stronger. I can feel, you know, myself getting faster. But maybe when I do what's it called? I don't know what it's at. Maybe when I do trap bar deadlift, I don't really feel the effects. Maybe I'm doing the exercise wrong. Let me see. And you just start figuring it out from there. Same as your training drills. Let's say you do a certain dribbling variation. You start saying to yourself, oh, this dribbling variation, I don't really feel like it's game realistic. Let me try something else. Let me try and mix it up. Okay, I tried this dribbling variation. It works because, you know, it helps me dribble with both my right and my left foot. You understand? And you just go from there. You literally, when you're first starting something out, you just have to try stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can't wait for the perfect moment. You can't have the perfect plan in place. You just have to literally just go and try stuff, and then you just build, and then you just build from there. Because like I said, there's no one fits all routine. You know what I'm saying? Because let's take me for example. I could give you the perfect workout, the perfect training drills to do, but I'm a right back. You might be a striker, or you might be a winger. You might be a centre mid. So obviously all our things are going to be different. Plus, I might have things I want to work on. I might have strengths I want to work on, You might have different strengths to me. I might have different weaknesses to you. My weaknesses are not going to be the same as your weaknesses. Maybe they are, but more likely they're not. So obviously we're going to be doing different training drills. You understand? So literally, you can start looking online. You can start, you know, finding different drills for inspiration. I did do that as well when I first started out. I literally just typed in different type of passing drills to do, different type of drills to improve your first touch. But instead of, you know, getting caught up and trying to you know, design the perfect training plan for the week, for the month, or whatever, I just went online, saw, okay, passing drills. I literally did three passing drills, 3 drills to improve my passing, and then alright, cool. The next time I do passing drills, let me try the other 3, and then let me try a different 3, and then from there I just see which ones I like, which ones do I think are most game effective, which ones do I actually see results in. And then I'll do those ones. And then the ones I don't really see results in, the ones that I don't really like because I don't feel like they're game realistic, I just dash them off to the side. And literally, that's just how you gain experience, you understand? You just have to start, because at the start, you have nothing to base your judgments on, you understand? You don't have, you know what I'm saying? You literally don't have anything to base your judgment on. So literally, don't have this mentality of like, oh, before I go to do my training, I need to have the perfect plan in place. Before I start going to the gym to, you know, get stronger, I need to do this. I need to do this beforehand. You know, I should really be training, but I need to do this first. Don't have that mentality. Before I go and train with this team, before I call the coach to go train that team, I need to do this. You know, I just need 1 more week of training. I need 2 more weeks of training. I mean, that's cool. You might actually need that week of training, but if you say that week of training and the next week comes, you better be ready to go. Don't tell me that you need another week, another 2 weeks, because then you get into that habit, and then as soon as you know it, it's 4 months later down the line, and you still haven't called. You understand? It's never gonna be, like I said, it's never gonna be the right time. You know, you might want to go to that. I'm gonna use the example of, you know, calling up a coach to go to a team training session. Imagine you have this mentality of like, oh, it needs to be perfect. Alright, cool. So you call the coach on Monday and you say, oh, alright, cool. The coach tells you training on Thursday. So you're like, alright, cool, training on Thursday. Let's get it. Come Thursday, let's say it's Thursday evening. Come Thursday evening, it's raining outside, it's cold, it's windy, but training's still on. So if you have this mentality of, oh, it needs to be perfect, bro, instead of you're going to look outside and you're going to be like, oh, it's cold, it's wet, it's windy. I'll just tell the coach I'm sick and I'll go next week. So then you call the coach, you tell him you're going next week. He says, cool. Next week rolls around and it's a new issue. Next week rolls around, it's a new issue, because you're constantly waiting for the perfect blue sunny skies, or if it's in the evening, you're waiting for that day where it's perfect football conditions, not too hot, not too cold. You know what I'm saying? It's on a nice pitch, it's on AstroTurf. You're constantly waiting for them perfect situations to happen, but it's just never gonna happen. You just have to go. You literally just have to go and basically just do your thing, even if it's not perfect, because even I'm guilty of this as well. I remember last year I was playing for my uni futsal team. And my uni futsal coach was like, "Yo, do you wanna come train with the first team, like the actual first team who play in the city that I go uni in?" He was like, "Yo, do you wanna come train with the first team?" And I was like, at first I was like, "Yeah, I wanna go train with the first team." But then it came to like the day before I was meant to go to train with the first team, and then for some reason I just had doubts in my mind. I was like, "Oh, should I really go? Am I ready? Maybe I need to train for like another week." So I texted my coach. I said, "Alright, cool. I won't make it tomorrow, but I'll be there next week." Guess what? Next week rolled around and I think something else happened. I think I had, instead of a futsal game, I had a football match instead that I had to go to. So I needed to go to the football match, so I couldn't train the next Thursday. Next Thursday rolled around. I was ready to go. Next Thursday rolled around. The training got cancelled. So I'm like, alright, cool. The futsal training got cancelled. Alright, next week. Next week. I think that week, I think I got injured or something. I think I must have twisted my ankle and I genuinely couldn't even play. So once again, couldn't go to the training session. Then guess what? The next week, I text my coach. I'm like, "Yo, I want to train." The coach tells me, the training for the season's over. You have to wait until next season to come train with them. So instead of me just saying instead of me just going to that training session for the first time, that was like 5 weeks previous. Now it's 5 weeks later, and I still haven't trained with that team due to you know, different circumstances. And that was all because I tried waiting for the perfect moment. That was all because I was on that first week I was supposed to go. I said to myself, nah, it's not perfect. I need to train for another week. You know what I'm saying? I need to train for another week. I'm not good enough. I need to. Well, if I would have just gone, imagine if I had just gone. Maybe I'd go to the futsal training, and maybe I could have balled out. The coach could have liked me, and the coach could have been like, alright, cool, do you want to play next season? And now, right now, it is that next season. And guess what? Other players in my uni futsal team, they're playing for the first team. You understand? They're getting, you know, first team appearances. Whereas me, I'm not getting those first team appearances. So you see how waiting for the perfect moment kind of really mess you up. You see, where you just have to have that mentality of like, alright, cool, no matter what happens, I just have to go and get it done. Yeah, I might be a little bit injured, I might be a little bit tired, a little bit fatigued. Yeah, I may not feel ready, but you just have to. Sometimes you just have to go. You understand? You just have to go and just see what happens at the end of the day. Because now I'm looking at some of my teammates who I play uni futsal with, and I'm looking at it like, man, I'm just as good as that guy. I'm better than that guy, and he's getting to play with the first team, and I don't get to play with the first team simply because I tried waiting for that perfect opportunity. You understand? I tried waiting for the perfect opportunity 1 week, and 5 weeks later, 5 weeks later, I still hadn't trained with the first team, and the season was over. And yeah. And then other players on my uni futsal team, they actually went to their training sessions. The coach liked them, and the coach was like, yo, you can play have some first team appearances, you understand? But I ultimately missed out on that because I was waiting for the perfect moment. I was delaying instead of just going. And then obviously certain external factors happened as well. But because I delayed, especially for them first 2 weeks, ultimately I missed out on my chance. So that's why you should never wait. You should never wait for the perfect moment. If you know you need to do something, if you know you need to get something done, even if it's not perfect conditions, it's good. Don't wait to, you know, make a plan or wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment's never gonna come. Any single time I've been consistent in something, I remember it's always that first day. It's never a type of thing where all the stars aligned and the universe told me, now is your time to go do that thing. It's always been in bad conditions, you know what I'm saying? I think even the first time I went to go train by myself, it was raining even, and you know what I'm saying? It was raining, it wasn't good weather, but I still just went out there and I was like, you know what, fuck it, let me just go, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all I got to say for this vid. I hope you enjoyed. I've been JT, and I'm out.